At first I would like to tell you there is a different type of blades available today, and long time ago first they were making the wedge blades. This is one example of wedge blade. Another example is this is Packwood, is more than 100 years old blade. Of course handle is new handle, and if you pay the attention you can see this blade is new wedge blade. Another type of blades are you can see it's very clear, frame back blades. Two type frame back blades exist. Some of them are real frame backs, this same as these, and another ones they call fax frame back blades. The lastly I will show you the halogram blade. This is Taylor's, and you can see it's 1/4 halogram blade. The next blade is full halogram blade. It's I think Wistov, yeah, there's Wistov full halogram blade. Size of the blade is depends, and most used size is 5/8 and 6/8 blades. Some blades can get really large. It's approximately size could be 8/8 and 10/8 and more. I will show you these two blades. This blade is Joseph Rogers blade, and another blade is, let's see, yeah, this is the Friedman and Littlejohn. This is 8/8 blade. As you can see, this is large blade. The next blade is Joseph Rogers. This is really large blade. It's 10/8. Some people do like large blades, but most people use 5/8 or 6/8 blades. Now I will try to hone one of the razors and show how to hone the blade, and that's the easiest way you can get your blade ready. As you can see at the table I have a stone holder. This is a very nice tool and helpful tool. This will help you put your stone and hone the blade. I will take all these razors away because I really don't need these razors anymore. This blade size is 5/8 and it's halogram blade. I have in here water and I have the stones in here. This stone is 1K Shapton glass stone. What you do on razor honing is first you set the bevel. To set the bevel, you most likely and easy to start from 1K level stone. I will later explain why is the best way to start with 1K stone, not below the 1K level. When first you got your razors and you don't know how to hone the razors, it's a little hard to use just one hand. Usually people keep stone straight in front of them and they use this motion. Very important is when you hone the razor is use as little pressure as you can. In early stages you can use little pressure. It's not gonna hurt you a lot, but when you go higher grade, approximately 8K and above, your pressure should be, maybe I should say 0. What you do, you put your blade stone, make it wet, and keep your blade. Unfortunately this is almost 3-inch wide stone, and go step down and up strokes. Very important, when I do the strokes, please pay attention. I do not lift the blade from the stone and then move toward to me. Again, I do not blade move and then turn looks like this and get. I just turn blade on its spine. I know when you start early it's a little hard, but I have seen people lifts up and then puts back again and then comes towards me, and then lifts up and then puts back again and then goes forward. It's just wrong, and it's going to take more time from you, and you will not learn very easily. That's what. That's the easiest way. Just keep it and then make straight strokes and set the bevel. Some people just like to use one hand. If you can do that, there is nothing wrong. What you need to do, you just turn the stone a little bit, approximately 4 or 5 degrees, depends on the person, if you are right-handed, and then make the X strokes. This is the X strokes, but remember that you keep your blade straight. You don't have to lift up blade. Your blade should be go straight, and this should be zero pressure. This is the motion. Some other people, they can just like to keep the stones on their hand. That's fine too. You can keep your stone on your hand and then make your strokes. There's nothing wrong. It's just how people like. Now, I'd like to tell what is the advantage to make X strokes than straight strokes. If you do have, you put your stones in front of you and your stone is not lapped, what happens? Some stones will contact with the whole edge of your blade, some parts won't. That means you will hone some of the part of your blade more than the rest of them. As a result, your blade will have thrown. And this is very often happens when you start to learn honing. That's why if you can learn, just make the X strokes. It's not so hard, just that will help you avoid having the frones on your blades. When people start to learn, they have most questions and they always ask, heel of the blade doesn't have contact with the edge enough. But in fact it does have a contact enough, and you will have always honed the heel and tip is same amount. You may have more honed the heel and tip than the middle part. That's the properly honed blade, and it's has been done forever. Okay, by doing this you set the bevel. When you do set the bevel, it will help you if you are a new honer. Have little loop. This loop I have, it's very cheap loop. I think the magnification is 20 times the bigger one and smaller one is 40 times. This is good enough and will do the function to sharpen the razor. And it has a small light. What you do, you just put it in there and then check the edge. The reason you check the edge, you want to make sure there is no any chips, anything on the blade. But when you check the edge, make sure check on both sides. And make sure there is no chips, and you have honed from the heel to the tip. There is, if you don't have loop, what you can do, you can just take the blade and put on the light and check, look at the edge and see if light shines from the tip to the heel on both sides. If you get that means your edges have the contact with the stone. As soon as you set the bevel, so a lot of people asking the questions, how do I know I have set the bevel? This bevel is ready. You can have feeling from pad test and check the edge. You will see if it is ready, it will look like it drags on your thumb. You feel it, it catches. Okay. Now, some people after using shaft and 1K, you can cut your hair by doing just pressure, and you will see it cuts the hair on your arm. And you will need to use some force. It will not pop up the hairs. Okay. 1K levels, there is no way you can pop up the hairs. You can. In that case, you have to make 1000 strokes on the stone, and then maybe you will get some result. But that's not efficient way to hone the razors. What you do honing, spend less time, get your blade ready and shave ready and done. That's everybody trying to find the most efficient way to hone the razors. Now, as soon as you set the bevel on 1K shaft down, I have in here 1K Norton. I will show you the whetstone too. Although it has been used a lot. I don't know, you can see the blade size in here or not. This is 1K Norton, and you can see on the back side I have already the razor lines. What I have done is a knife, blade knifing. That's why it's this condition, and almost this one is gone. If you use 1K Norton, edge will be a little duller than 1K Shafton. It's because Shafton is used the Japanese grade system and Norton is in American our grade system, and it's a little different. It's 1K, but Japanese 1K Shafton is approximately 1.72K level. Now I'm going to use Norton 4K 8K stone, and the reason I'm doing this because a lot of people has access to this stone. That's why, and it's easy to learn using the Shaftons. I should say this is one of the best stones you can have, and by price wise too cheap, and to learn how to hone, because of what results you will get is constant on both sides, on 4K and 8K side. Okay, what you do, you again put it in there, and then I will make the X strokes, but if you like you can make straight strokes. You don't have to push blade down hard. Okay, if you have to, just use the weight of the blade, should be good enough. Okay, and I will use the X strokes. What X strokes can do for you, give it to you. When you use the narrow stones, it will help you use narrow stones. That means you will not have any problems using the narrow stones. Now I'm going to switch to the 8K side. What you do Norton stones, you need to, before using 15 minutes, soak in the water and then use it. When you make the strokes, make sure it looks like you cut the water. If there will be some slurry, you will feel definitely, you will see that slurry from the tip to the heel. Yes, very smooth. Your strokes shouldn't be any pressure at all, and make it your strokes. I will tell you that if you are honing and you're not getting the results, get your hone blade shave ready in between 10-15 minutes. That means you have done something wrong somewhere while you sit in the bevel or 1K level or 4K level or 8K level. After 4K level, your blade should be popping up the hairs. Okay, but after 8K level, you should cut hairs above skin level, and as soon as your blade touches the hair has to fall off.